Good morning, it's Anita from I Am Cosmic. Welcome. So, got a really interesting video today that I felt guided to bring in from the Indian god and goddesses. It was very interesting connecting in with my Indian side. So we're first going to start with a intentional prayer for our learning session today for the next 30 minutes or so. And it's to do with abundance and prosperity. So we're first going to set the intention. So greetings, namaste in the Hindu greetings. Our purpose today is to call in Lord Shiva, Lord Krishna, beloved Ganesh to overlight this video please, as well as Kali Ma and Lord Shiva to just guide us and direct us and bring us clarity and understanding on the subject of prosperity and abundance. We open ourselves to receiving today and we give thanks to you and we give thanks to your knowledge, your wisdom, your grace, and so it is. So welcome. So I thought I'd just share a little bit of preparation for this actual video. So one of the things in the Hindu faith is to give devotion and honor those who have come before us. So whether it be ancestors or loved ones, this is what we do. We kind of get like a food or something or flowers for them to say thank you. So today Lord Ganesh was being really funny. He has a sense of humor. He wanted some bananas, some Oreos and some honey. So that's what exactly I got him. And a part of also connection to any kind of deity or beautiful god or goddesses, you've got to use fire, the element of fire. So that's also just connecting into the divine spark, your connection to the light. So we're just going to light this beautiful food or incense. And fire is just a very powerful element as well as transmutation, manifestation. So they just say when you are connecting with ancestors, loved ones, angels, really nice idea is to just offer them some beautiful flowers, some incense, what you feel you need to offer. You can even just say thank you. So it's just all in the meaning of gratitude, and that's the first subject we're going to kind of talk about in a minute. But I'll introduce you to the deities or gods and goddesses I'm channeling today. So the first one is beautiful Lord Ganesh, this beautiful deity here. So Lord Ganesh in the Hindu faith is associated with wealth and prosperity, good fortune, and there are many tales behind it, but he's also an ascended master. So ascended means that one form or another they've walked upon the earth. So Lord Shiva, Lord Ganesh, they've all come down at some one point or another and walked a human existence. And Ganesh is just saying that he's here today. He wanted to just share some kind of information for us all today, as well as just understanding around abundance and prosperity. And I'm finding that the Indian god and goddesses, the things that normally used to stand in the background are coming forward. So Lord Ganesh, everybody knows of, but more in the Hindu faith, but I'm actually finding that he's coming more apparent to everybody. So he's actually coming out from behind the backgrounds with the other ascended masters. The next one we've got is beautiful Lord Krishna. So Lord Krishna is more of a gentle energy, and they all have their own each unique signature, their unique rays they work with. So this is beloved Lord Krishna. I've just picked 4 today. There is a lot of Indian god and goddesses. Lord Shiva. So he's about transcendence. He also, when working with them, he's also called himself the divine creator. So the kind of father element of God. So that kind of energy, that power, wields that power. So that's Lord Shiva, sorry. And then lastly, we've got a fierce but loving goddess, Kali Ma. So Kali Ma is all about facing our fears, taking ownership, riding that lion. She's depicted as holding skulls and riding a lion as well sometimes. So yeah, we're just going to connect into these energies today and see what they have for us. So the first thing, let's just bring Lord Ganesh forward. So Lord Ganesh here, my friend, he's channeling through me and he's talking about gratitude and devotion and saying thank you. So one of the key aspects of working with your ancestors, your loved one, the angels, is the biggest vibration that brings in blessings and abundance is gratitude. You can't undervalue it. Like we say, to say thank you. But it's almost like they're saying to make a ritual or practice of saying thank you 3 things each day. A really good way is having a gratitude diary, as well as just saying thank you to go general. You don't need to be so specific. So for example, this morning I was saying thank you to the bed I slept in, thank you to the house that I live in. Just getting really, just feeling that energy in the heart space and doing it what feels right for you. And gratitude is all about also giving and receiving in love, with love. So gratitude is a form of love, and it's one of the most powerful forms of love, actually. It is like the giving and receiving of energy. So when you're saying thank you to the universe, it comes back to you multiplied. So remember throughout the day to say thank you as well. Just say thank you for one thing that you're grateful for, and really building the momentum in your energy space. So if things are not going well in your world, the easiest thing you can do to shift your energy is think of one thing that you could be grateful for in this moment. And it could just be as simple as that the fact that my lungs are helping me to breathe and be alive. Just thinking of really simple things to be grateful for. He's also saying that one of the forms of gratitude is to honor yourself and be grateful for yourself. Because you can say thank you to everything outside yourself, but one of the biggest things Ganesh is talking about is saying thank you to yourself. So saying thank you to the air that I breathe, thank you to this body that's keeping me alive, thank you to my heart. He's saying honoring yourself is one of the most powerful forms of gratitude. And even, some people have some hang-ups on things. You can still find one thing you like about yourself, you love about yourself. And you just want to keep repeating it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Just even on one thing. And it kind of builds the momentum. So Lord Ganesh is saying it's really powerful when you say thank you. The other tip Lord Ganesh is talking about is receptivity. We can talk about all you want, saying thank you and being grateful, but also being receptive to gratitude. So when someone says to you thank you, and you say thank you back. So Rochelle has said thank you, Sunita. So thank you, Rochelle, for that comment. And the amazing feeling when you actually take upon that gratitude, it's also that give and take, that infinity sign, the infinite energy of when you're saying thank you and you say thank you back. It kind of allows that flow of divine love, and Ganesh is talking about that today. So even today, if there's one thing you can do, is say thank you to somebody today for just a really simple thing, because remember, we do get caught up in life and we forget to say thank you to people. So he's talking more about appreciating yourself and appreciating others. Lord Ganesh is also talking about abundance. Really means, he talks about infinite possibilities, infinite abundance. Understanding that this universe has enough for everybody. That's the first concept. There is a law of abundance that is out there. And the law of abundance says that there is enough for everybody, that we should be giving and receiving in balance because there's enough for all. And Lord Ganesh is talking about when you give and receive, saying thank you, because abundance means not just money. Abundance means the abundance of family, the abundance of friends, the abundance of health. It just means that you were created by the divine spark, God, whatever you believe in. You were sent down with enough for everybody. And on this planet right now, there are various forms of people's perception of abundance. And some people perceive it as they have to hoard it because there's not enough for everybody. So that goes back to subconscious beliefs, but it even goes deeper than that. And they're talking about family bloodlines and poverty and things that have been created through human karma. So the one thing that Lord Ganesh should look at is looking at in your family, is there any streams of family that have money issues? And if that's the case, you can actually start to do some healing around that with your angels and guides, and looking at past life connections, your family connections, and starting to heal those timelines, because it just takes one person to break that kind of karma, to kind of heal that, for it to prosper and help your family bloodline in the future. So Lord Ganesh is saying he's here for us all today. So if you're noticing things in your family, and humanity as well, you can actually start to heal those timelines as well. But just work with your angels. We're going to tap into some cards and see what Ganesh wants to talk about. So Today I've brought in fairies and unicorns because they are the elementals of manifestation. So fairies are great for manifestation, but unicorns are more manifestations are more on the angelic energy or the higher up realms, where fairies are more earthbound manifestations. So we're just going to see what energies come in from these cards, and then Lord Ganesh will discuss and talk about it. So first card, Lord Ganesh, please, what would you like us to know about abundance and prosperity? So the first thing he wants to talk about, these two cards here, prosperity and healer. So see in this card he's bowing down. It's almost a form of gratitude. In both cards they're almost bowing and honoring. And one of the understandings Ganesh is saying is, it is a gift to be alive. That's one of the things. It's a gift to be alive, and to honor that within yourself is the first step to abundance. That pure, simple expression of the divine that flows through you, that's what he's reminding us of, to honor the life that we've been given. As crappy as life can be, it's quite a gift to be on earth right now in this time of transition. It's hard, but it's also a gift. So the cards say, healer, you have potential healing gifts. Have faith in your abilities. Stay true to your path. And the next one is prosperity. A gift of money is on its way. Your income is increasing. Manage your finances with love. So in these cards here, connected, prosperity and healing, a lot of why we don't receive the prosperity is because there's things within ourselves stopping that prosperity from coming in. One of the things for me I identified was worthiness. So I had to work on myself to get to the point of worthiness. And that's a form of receptivity. So you can have all this money sitting in your account, your spiritual account, but if you're not willing to be receptive to it, or you don't feel you're worthy of it, it's not going to come to you. And the way you see it, prosperity and abundance, doesn't mean it's the way you're looking at it or seeing it as. So the angels are saying, if you're wanting more abundance in your life, you need to look at your belief patterns around money. Is it a family thing that you need to heal? Is it something that you need to come to terms with? Is there something you need to forgive, to accept, to let go? Because a lot of the times people don't receive the money that they want or the abundance because they don't feel worthy, they're not being receptive to it, they don't feel good enough, they don't love their self enough. There's all these kind of things that in our subconscious, and we've been brought up this way. It's a family thing, it's a cultural thing. Even the energy of competition needs to be healed on the earth, because egos get involved when it comes to money. People think money is something they need to hoard and hold on to, and the ego gets involved, and that's when we start getting into the ego trips, and people getting jealous and resentful for people having money. Money's not a dirty word. It's just the concepts around, the constructs around money that have been created by man. Money is just a form of energy. If we didn't have money, we'll have something else. And back in the days of our ancestors, they never used money. They used trade as a form of exchange of energy. And really, abundance is more about an exchange of energy versus money. So when you start looking at abundance as an exchange of energy, it starts to kind of filter through your psyche, and you start to see money differently. So when you pay your bills, you bless them because you have used that service. You do owe that money to them, and they provide that service to you. That's the give and take of the universe. So it's a universal law as well. So that's what Ganesh is talking about. Next message, Lord Ganesh. Miracles. Lord Ganesh is saying all of us are worthy of miracles. All of us deserve miracles. Miracles happen every day. We just don't see them because we're not able to see them, because if you're seeing it from a perception or mindset of scarcity, you're not going to see the blessings and the miracles that are all around you. The miracles could be the sun coming up in the morning. The miracle could be your husband next to you, your child. The miracle could be life each day, your breath. So we do take it for granted. That's why gratitude is such an important principle of spirituality, and also a very important part of life. Because, you know, when life gets heavy, and you can think of things that make you smile, it really lifts your spirits even in your darkest hour. So miracles. And it says, have faith that your miracle is on its way. Your prayers have been answered. Surrender the how. Yes, Lord Ganesh is really pointing out here. Surrender. Abundance. The law of the universe it perfectly works for us. You don't need to dictate how it's going to happen, why it's going to happen. Miracles happen when they need to. It's the law of serendipity. Everything has its divine timing. Everything has its divine way of coming about perfectly without us needing to control it. So the form of surrender is like a principle you need to practice day in, day out. Surrender is not an easy feat for any human. So I would say keep going on your beliefs for surrendering. Some things are easier to surrender than others, but when you've got invested time and energy in something and you really want it, it's that patience aspect. Because it's almost like you're dictating to the universe and saying, I want it now, but it's almost like instant gratification. Through the laws of time and space, everything hits unique timing. And I was even explained, when a baby comes into this world, the planets and the stars have to align perfectly for that baby to even be conceived, to come into the world. There's like a timing of everything. Even how a flower opens and the moon sets and the sun rises, it all has to happen in conjunction with each other. Everything's connected. Remember that we are all connected. Remember that there are enough miracles and blessings to go around to everybody. That's what Lord Ganesh is saying. And last message. Sanctuary. So the message about sanctuary is finding the space to allow these miracles to come into your life. Abundance, prosperity. You need to make space for it. If you're kind of clogged up with all the heaviness of life, not appreciating life, you're not going to be able to see it. You're going to miss all the miracles and blessings that are coming your way. There might be a check of $1,000 that's meant to come to you, but you're just... And they're not saying that you need to be perfect. They're saying you just do the best you can each day. Just get in alignment with yourself, first and foremost. Get in alignment with your soul. Be true to yourself. Align yourself, and then... Because if you're in alignment, everything around in your universe is always going to happen in the best way for you. Your soul knows what you need on that day. So you know when you're kind of having a problem, a conflict, something that you're wanting an answer to, the answer or the abundance of that answer is sitting right there. You just almost need to open yourself up to receive that message and get yourself in a space of actually being able to listen to the message. Because we're always constantly getting signs and synchronicities through numbers, through sounds. It's almost like you need to say to your team of angels, help me to see the signs and synchronicities that are calling to me. Help me to check into those messages. Help me to understand those messages. So sanctuary just means making space for yourself, making space for that abundance to flow in. Right, Lord Ganesh, he'll come back later. Okay, Lord Krishna, very different energy again. So Lord Ganesh is all about do, open, smiles, fun. Lord Ganesh is a bit more gentler, so he's almost like a Jesus energy if I'd describe it. And he's talking about devotion. Your commitment has been recognized. You are loved unconditionally. Trust your spiritual guidance. So Lord Krishna is saying to us all that he loves us. They all love us. They all devote time and space to us. And Lord Krishna is saying, welcome back into your heart space. The form of abundance that you need to come back to your heart space. Because he's talking about love in all its forms. Abundance is love. Love in whatever forms, however that looks to you. We are powerful creators. We can manifest a life of riches if we want, but also stay humble and give to those back to those who need to be supported and uplifted. Because devotion to the light, I've met some beautiful people that have money, have so much money, but they're so humble, and they give back to their community. That's the giving and receiving of abundance. It means that you're sharing that abundance, and it comes back to you as a form of devotion, as a form of gratitude to those people, because it's a constant cycle of evolution. If you are prospering and being abundant and helping those around you with also their energy and time to help uplift them, that is one of the main forms of abundance that you can do for others as well, because sometimes we're the channel of abundance for others. It's not necessarily money. It might be time, it might be devotion, it might be listening. So abundance is sometimes just sitting with a friend. Abundance is like devotion to others. It's not like you have to give and sacrifice yourself. That's not what they're saying. They're saying in order to give your energy, You give it from a space of love, and you give what you can, and that's enough. And they also reward us with abundance when we do good for others, because when you help others, you are putting out there that you are loving, you are sending love into the universe, and then that allows you to receive as well. So when something nice comes to you, say thank you, because that's almost the universe rewarding you for all the good things you've done. Sometimes it doesn't appear when you think it will. Sometimes it appears when you most need it. Krishna is also saying trust yourself. So one of the forms of needing to learn about abundance is you've got to trust your intuitive hits, you've got to trust your guidance, you've got to trust your heart, because your heart will lead you to the abundance and success that you deserve in life. And it's when you really align with yourself and trust yourself, that's when it all flows to you. And it's talking about flow. So you've got to be in the here and now to accept the abundance. You've got to be in the here and now to allow that flow to come in. It's almost like in honoring yourself and staying present, the abundance flows to you. That's Lord Krishna. Lord Shiva, powerful, powerful manifester. He talks about rising up, honoring your inner force, steps have been given, dance with the universe. So Lord Shiva is talking about taking those steps towards prosperity and abundance, not just sitting there thinking $1 million is going to fall in your account. You've got to meet them halfway. You've got to meet the universe halfway. And he's talking about honoring the inner force within yourself, so the divine masculine. So the divine masculine is our doing part, and the divine feminine is the receptive part. And it's almost talking about you've got to have this unique balance with give and take. It's about divine masculine, divine feminine. And he's talking about the rising and honoring of both forces within yourself. So when you feel you need to do things, do it. But if you feel like you need to sit back and wait, you got to honor that, because life ebbs and flows. The money, the prosperity, the friendships, they will ebb and flow depending on what's happening in the universe right in that moment. It's like the ocean he's talking about. The ocean will ebb and flow like that. And depending on where you are, it will wash over your feet and then it will come back. It's almost like the energy comes in, goes out, comes in, goes out. So Lord Shiva is about rising up, honoring the cycles of the universe, but also being a powerful creator, because it's almost like standing in your truth is a form of intelligence. And you need that intelligence to work this world. You get to a point where you become a master of your world. You start to work and co-create with the universe with humility, with beauty, with honoring all forms of life. So abundance means also honoring all forms of life while you create. Because in Atlantis and other places, when we used to create, we got greedy. We got greedy for money. We got greedy for power. This needs to shift on our planet. And this is why Lord Shiva is talking about seeing everybody as equal, seeing everybody as having enough money in the bank. Because the more we're able to visualize everybody having enough, the more it will manifest faster on this planet. And this is what's called transcendence. We're transcending our old belief patterns. We're transcending the old way, 3D way. We're transcending the forms of energy that we used to hold on this planet. And it's all going to get moving, lifting higher. And then we go into our beautiful energy of Kali Ma. Kali Ma, the destroyer. The rebirth. It's almost like death and rebirth. Kali Ma looks scary, but she's really honest. She's pure. She's to the point. She does it with love. So she talks about facing our fear. She talks about major spiritual changes are unfolding. This is our chance to soar. So with abundance and prosperity, we are facing these fears. This is the biggest thing. In order to heal and conquer those beliefs, those aspects of the planet, we need to heal it as a collective. And she's talking about major spiritual changes are unfolding. So Kali Ma is talking about the undoing of all the karma that we used to have. So I'm seeing a tree intertwining codependency. Seeing yourself as a co-creator, your own God self, opening up your heart, knowing that you don't need to rely on anybody for prosperity and abundance. Don't try, because essentially all of it comes back to happiness. As humans, we are seeking happiness and contentment, and we think money's going to give us that energy, but it's not. It's something that you need to do within yourself, because remember, the happiest people on earth have the least physical objects. So the children in Africa, the children in India, the people that don't have as much are a lot happier because their lives are simpler. So we've almost been called back to the simpler form of life, which is talking about getting our needs met versus our wants met. That's abundance. There's enough abundance in the world to fulfill all our needs. When we get want is talking about our ego. Our egos want things, physical things, wanting more money. And the angels are talking about, and even Kalima is talking about the abundance of nature out there. So you go outside, there is so much out there for people, for beings, for animals. This planet was created of abundance. So we're just going to pick some Abraham Hicks cards and see what messages they have for abundance and prosperity. I just put the smoke over there. It's kind of bothering my throat because sometimes the incense can get a bit strong. Apologies. So, 3 messages from this deck, please, about prosperity and abundance. First card is, I am becoming consciously aware of my inner being. And it says, we refer to the non-physical you as your inner being or your source. It is not important what you call that source of energy or life force, but it is important that you consciously are aware of when you are allowing a full connection to it and when you are restricting it in some way. So this is talking about responsibility, alignment of our inner being. And it says, I am becoming consciously aware of my inner being. So today, you can actually ask your I am, your soul, to allow you to become more conscious of your alignment throughout the day. And that helps with prosperity and abundance, because when you're in alignment, good things flow to you, right? You feel good, you feel amazing. Even when things don't go right, you're still connected. So that's the first message. Next message is, I learned to pay attention to my feelings. So your emotions are absolute indicators of your current point of attraction. They help you know in any moment whether or not you're currently allowing the fulfillment of your desire. It is our encouragement that you pay attention to how you feel and how your emotions to be the valuable indicators there are. So I learned to pay attention to my feelings. So when you're in alignment, pay attention to your feelings. They also are talking about we have an abundance of time. Humans put too much pressure on themselves for things to happen in a time frame. There is no time if you look at time and space. And it's almost feeling into that vastness that we have time to remember to breathe along the way, to kind of look, check in with your feelings and see where you're vibrating at, because you don't have to always be happy, but it's almost you've got to be aligned and be true to yourself and listen to your feelings, which will help you to manifest the life you want. Last message. This isn't this true. Success is about the joy I feel. So when you are genuinely thrilled by someone else's success, that means you're right on track of your own. Success is not about getting done. The measure of success in life is not the attainment of money or that stuff. It's the measure of success is absolutely the amount of joy you feel. Isn't that perfect? That's when you get true abundance and prosperity. And success. It's when you've really tapped into the energy of your own joy. What makes you happy? That internal joy that people can't give you from things. It's almost like an internal feeling. So I'm going to do something fun today. We're going to do a pick a card. Prosperity and abundance. Like, what do you need to know right now? So we're going to have 3 piles. So the first pile is going to be this light blue. The second one is going to be this nice, amazing rainbow aura quartz. And the third one's going to be this dark blue, like Archangel Michael. So depending on the color, so either pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3. So these are the messages that Lord Ganesh and them have for you around prosperity and abundance. So we're going to use fairies, unicorns for these, for abundance and prosperity. So pile number 1. The first message you have from the fairies. What are you manifesting, abundance and prosperity wise? Messages. Okay, so the first message is protect your dreams. Pile number 1. So it says, you're the guardian of your precious dreams and they are safe. Keep them close to your heart until you're ready to release them. So the fairies are saying to you, pile number 1, that there are some dreams that are about to come true. Just wait, keep it close to yourself. Only share it with people you need to. Because one of the tips about manifesting, do not give your power away to too many people. So if you have a vision, share it with only people that are going to support that vision, because all that energy kind of aids in that manifestation. It helps to power that into fruition. So really important point that Spirit are bringing up. Protect your dreams. Pile number 1. Pile number 1, what are you manifesting prosperity-wise, abundance? Right. So a part of the abundance is the abundance of forgiveness. So pile number 1, who do you need to forgive? So it says here, as you release old anger or resentments, you will find that your wishes will come true. So who is it that you need to forgive, pile number 1? Is it, do you need to forgive yourself? So the abundance of forgiveness for yourself, the abundance of compassion, self-actualization, self-compassion. I'm more feeling for pile number 1. Who is it that you need to let go of? Who is it that you need to forgive? What do you need to let go of? Any old beliefs, patterns, that you're not worthy, that you are not loved, any subconscious patterns and beliefs. So, and it almost is asking you to look at those aspects so you can welcome more wishes and wish fulfillment into your life, pile number 1. Pile number 1, last message from the unicorns. Violet flame. So this pile number 1, there's almost like some old energy that's stuck. So it's almost using the violet flame, working with forgiveness and keeping it to yourself for a while until it's ready. You're ready to let it go. And pile number 1, it says, invoke the cosmic diamond violet flame, transmute all that is love. So there's some stuck energy there blocking you from all that prosperity and abundance you're wanting in your life. And Lord Shiva is saying you will transcend this. You will get bigger, brighter, and bolder from doing this work. So the time is now. So that's pile number 1. Pile number 2, if you choose this. Right. What fairy message do we have for us? Pile number 2. Pile number 2, the magical gateway. So it takes courage to trust, to venture into the unknown. Yet this is where the greatest rewards are. It is time to step boldly forward without looking back. So pile number 2, there is a gateway, there is a doorway opening up for you. It is time. Right, next fairy message, pile number 2. Connect with nature. So it says you are rejuvenated and inspired by spending time outdoors. So they're saying a part of this doorway is connecting into nature. It may even be Lemuria, I'm hearing. It's almost like the abundance you are seeking is in nature, actually. It's not actually in the world. It's actually in your spirituality and nature. Okay, pile number 2, messages. Caring community. So it says participate and belong, enrich your life. So I feel pile number 2, the message is really clear. Come towards your community. Start focusing on service of the community, service in more of the collective view, connecting to oneness, the abundance of oneness, nature, interconnectedness, valuing all forms of life. Like the abundance is there, connecting with your soul tribe, your friends, your family. There's an abundance of all of that for you, waiting for you. And if you already have it, seeing those blessings within your family, even the ones you kind of think, oh, those ones that really kind of ruffle your feathers, they're also a blessing as well. So that's pile number 2. Pile number 3. Pile number 3, what fairy messages do we have? New beginnings, pile number 3, exciting. So pile number 3, the fairy godmother heralds the joyous news of a new baby or a birth of a cherished idea. Protect and nurture the ideas as you would a baby. Yay! So it's time for change, it's time for transformation, it's time for that new beginning, pile number 3. I feel like I want to go whoop whoop, celebrate. Right, pile number 3. So any of these all these messages could be resonating with you in maybe one particular pile, but the intention is it's for the collective, so take what resonates. So pile number 3. Perfect timing. So it says this is the right time for you to move forward. Bang, look, confirms the first card, pile number 3. Very excited. Pile number 3, last card. Go with the flow. So this change is going to happen, and it's beautiful. It's on point. It's on perfect timing. It's going to bring you great joy. You are manifesting a beautiful new beginning. Congratulations. I'm just going to see if there are any other messages the fairies have for us about abundance and prosperity. So they're really talking about today, the fairies really want to get us honest with ourselves around what's blocking us from receiving this abundance. We all are worthy. We all are loved. We are all cherished. They're saying we can see it. You need to start seeing it in yourself. That's the big message the fairies have. You've got to do the work in order for the prosperity and abundance. But also remember too, you are worthy just by simply being here. So you don't have to be perfect. Everybody thinks they've got to be a particular caliber to get prosperity and abundance. No. It doesn't have to be hard either. Abundance and prosperity should flow naturally. It doesn't have to be hard, and you've got to work for it. Of course, you've got to put the effort in, but remember, give and take, the energy of receptivity. It's not about giving yourself 100% and receiving nothing. Final messages from the fairies. The fairies are actually asking us to work with them in regards to abundance and prosperity. So if you want to bring more financial abundance, work with the fairies. If you want to construct something, a vision, a dream, make a vision board as well. That's the other thing they're saying, because have a vision, have a target. They're saying, they gave me some advice the other day. They said if you want stuff to happen, you need to actually put it out there and actually make some decisions. So for this year, thinking of 3 priorities. What are my priorities? So my priorities might be self-love and self-care, family, and my vision of my business. And then what happens is the angels have some kind of direction to kind of maneuver these manifestations to you. If you're sitting there in limbo going, I might want this, I might want that. If you can't make a decision, the angels can't do anything for you. You've actually got to set the tone of the year. So what I've done, even more powerfully, do it on your birthday, because actually your individual kind of cycles of manifestation and karma are bound by your birthday, because that's when you came into the world more than the new year. So they're saying on your birthday, set 3 intentions for that next 12 months. What do you want to manifest? What do you want to see in your life? So I've done that, and it's actually, instead of just going real general, they're saying be very specific. So my first goal might be to make more time for self-care and self-love. And then what the angels do is they create and carve that out for us. So be really clear about your goals and work with the fairies. 2 more messages. Inner child. Yes. Work with your inner child. She is the part of you that is joyous. If she's not joyous, what work do you need to do to bring her out? Have some fun. The fairies are saying the fastest way to manifestation is to get into your playing child innocent element. So inner child work may be required. So I'm also doing a level 2 this week, and we're talking about inner child. Inner child is huge. It is the biggest part you need to look at when it comes to self-love, self-acceptance, self-worth. So inner child. And last message, tree wisdom. So it says the tree druid will help you navigate through your current situation. Go outside and listen. So if there is stuff that is blocking you from receiving, go outside and receive some healing. Give yourself a treatment. Go and ask somebody to help you. Remember too, in order for you to receive, you also need to ask for help. So asking for help is a form of receptivity. You cannot do this alone. You need your brothers and sisters to help you along this path. The fairies are saying people forget to call out for help. You also, instead, you can say angels and guides, but also ring your friend and say, hey, I just need some help with something. And that's a form of abundance. You're asking that person to guide you, and they might go that day, I'm feeling really good about it, and you get off the phone, you feel good, they feel good. It's like a form of abundance. So remember that. We finally got my ancestors, so Lord Ganesha's going to come in. And Lord Ganesha's got some final messages for us. I'll channel a message in a minute. But our ancestors, remember to say thank you to your family, because they gave you the genetics. Whether it be light or dark, they gave you the tools, the abilities, even your spiritual abilities, your physical, your mental. it is passed down from bloodline, so blessings and also other things as well. And to remember to not forget them, so to pay tribute to them, to put their photo up. So my grandmother, whoever you resonate with in your family, just honor them and remember them because they like to be remembered. So 3 messages from our ancestors. First message is self-mastery. Our ancestors want us to know it's about getting in alignment. And it talks about, like with the spider, I noticed the other day, spiders don't give up. So if you have a goal, if you have a mission, don't give up. Keep going. And also, people fall down. So spiders get their spider webs broken each day. They keep rebuilding it, right? They just keep doing it. They don't think about they don't feel sorry for themselves. They don't play victim. They just keep going and they keep inspiring. And this is the one thing I learned from the spider, is the spider just keeps building and building. And they never give up. And you're going to fall down and you're going to fall flat, but that's a part of success. You've got to learn through your errors as well. So self-mastery takes time. It means going through life, learning. And also that is also prosperity and abundance, because those lessons are a blessing. When you come to the point where you're really in your success and your power, you look back on all the energy you've been through and you think, wow, I did that. Like I surmounted to something more than I thought I could with the help of people, friends, angels, guides, saying thank you to where you've been, where you're going. Next message from our ancestors. Freedom. We are all here to find our space of freedom, to soar like the eagle. So the eagle is saying it's time for us to break free from the past, meaning past lives, past karmas, and start kind of choosing our own vision, choosing our own vision for ourselves as well as the world. We've been given opportunities, so don't discount those opportunities when they come along. Even if they're scary, take them on board, because it will take you to another level. Because leveling up is about taking risks. It's about trusting yourself and taking those steps towards that vision. Last message. Truth and integrity. Yes, yes, yes. The color turquoise. Truth and integrity. Aligning yourself first and foremost, the ancestors are talking about. And this is where you're going to get your abundance and prosperity, in the form that you need versus the form we think we need. So I'll just show you. And also the symbol of the ink and the turquoise crystal might be really important when it comes to aligning to truth and integrity. So I'm now just going to channel last message. Okay, look, Ganesh, what do we need to know right now? Abundance, prosperity. He's smiling. He's saying, have fun with this lifetime. Create beautiful things. Go out there and dance. Go out there and play. Life is meant to be enjoyed. It's not to be so serious. See the light coming in the background? Ganesh is very mischievous, very playful, very fairy-like. He's all about the more fun you have, the more that you dance with the world, the more that this abundance comes naturally. You don't need to force it. And I've come into the space now of receptivity. They're really talking about being receptive. So open yourself up each day and say, I am now worthy and receptive of receiving all the blessings, all the good in my life, and so it is. Like, proclaim it, decree it. Like, I am worthy of receiving all the abundance and prosperity. I believe in myself. I'm open and receptive to receiving trust and conviction and confidence. Like, you can manifest anything you want in this existence. Play. This is a big playground. And if there are things in your life, yes, there are certain things you are bound by karma, so relationships. Doesn't mean it has to be always so serious, you know. And we are very fortunate people. When you look at, there is always someone worse off than you. Remember that as well. So put it into perspective. Lord Ganesh is talking about, if there's one thing he wants to leave with you today, the final note is, it's all in your perspective. It's how you're seeing abundance and prosperity. So if you're not viewing it in a way you want, you need to change the way you look at it. That's the final message. So Lord Ganesh is saying, play, dance, have fun today. Do something nice for yourself. Honor yourself. And he's almost saying too, that we are here to work with you. He's saying, like, when he's doing this, he's saluting the light in you. He's saying you are one of us. that you know, what we are, you can become as well. So remember to work with them. And I just feel like I want to pull one more message from here. Lord Ganesh, final message. Oh, that one jumped out. Final message for us all. So it says here, I am in the perfect position to get there from here. So nothing has to change in your environment or in your circumstances that surround you, for you need to begin to deliberately allow your own connection to the stream of well-being. You are in the perfect place right now to begin. Final message. So I hope you've enjoyed today. I just wanted to say too that I've got new services up, and I just thought I'd quickly go through them. So the one that I normally do is an Akashic read. It's past, present, future for your soul, and it really just helps heal on timelines. So if you're interested, please check out my webpage or my Facebook. I also do angelic empowerment readings as well as now cosmic empowerment readings. So you can either get an angelic perspective or cosmic starseed connection. And I'm doing that as well. And there's 2 new packages I've developed. I've developed an angelic awakening package for 1 month and a cosmic awakening package for 1 month if you want to work more intensively with me for 4 weeks. And then as well as my new way of being, so levels 1, 2 and 3, I've also developed. So the dates will be up on Facebook and YouTube, so if you're interested. And yeah, and also I'm starting in March my one-on-one facilitation. So if you want to work with me and develop your spiritual skills, it's really your divine plan. So you pick 3 things you want to work with, and I use everything I have to help empower you to make that happen. And you can do that through a 1-month program, a 3-month, or a 6-month. So really, there's various prices and services, and I just wanted to make it fair to everybody because I feel like the light needs to get out there. And if we can empower each other to serve each other in the highest good, then it always works for everybody, right? And also talking about when you start to put your services out there, really look at the energy. It's all about abundance and prosperity. You're serving that person by providing a service, and you're also giving money in return or an exchange of energy. It doesn't have to be money either. If you decide you want to work with somebody where somebody does Reiki and somebody does an angelic read, you can decide to exchange your energies, which is perfect because it's all a balance of prosperity and abundance. You're saying to the universe, my service is worthy, or what I've got to offer the world is worthy, and that person receiving it also honors that as well. So remember that with anything, you can always also talk to somebody and say, hey, if you do something for me, I can do something for you, as long as it's in balance and reciprocation and with love. So yeah, thank you everybody for listening, and I just want to say a big thank you to everybody that listens to these videos and shares them, just because I want the energy to get out there, and I'm in that place now in my life where it's all about just helping those who are awakening to kind of guide them through the light and see where they need to be. And you know, everyone's different. There's so many things out there. So if you resonate with my work and my energy, thank you. And thank you for watching in the future. Namaste. Bye for now.